There's a lot that can be said about artificial intelligence and higher education, but in this presentation I'm focusing on students' use of artificial intelligence in their classroom tasks. My name is Sue McKenna and I am in the Centre for Postgraduate Studies at Rhodes University. I think we need to start by reflecting on what it is that we want to achieve with our courses. What are the learning activities that we set up for our students actually for? What is it that we want our students to be able to do at the end of our courses? If we think through all of our tasks, lectures and assessments, they're all designed towards some end. What is that end? And how can we ensure that that end is reached in an era of AI? For this, I think it's helpful to think about a series of buckets. And as academics, for each task we set our students, we need to reflect on which bucket that task belongs in. So, bucket number 1. This is the bucket of tasks that really our students can hand over to AI to do for them. This is the kind of stuff that they're going to be expected to use AI for in the workplace and in their lives. And we need to help our students learn how to craft prompts that are efficient, effective, and get quality results. But importantly, even in this first bucket where they hand the task over to our AI, they need to see the importance of critical thinking. They need to be able to evaluate the AI outputs and to understand how it is that they determine whether or not to trust it. Bucket number 2. This is where we're happy for our students to use AI, but they shouldn't hand over the entire task. AI can help, but our students need to keep a handle on the intellectual input. They can collaborate critically with the AI, but shouldn't simply hand over the task. We want students to maintain control of the core ideas and concepts. We want them to learn to question, refine, and improve the AI outputs. And we want them to identify and mitigate algorithmic biases and bot shit that is so prevalent from large language model outputs. Bucket number 3. These are the tasks we want our students to complete without using artificial intelligence at all. It's the toughest bucket to manage. We need to be able to articulate to our students exactly why it is that we are asking them to set aside tools that can help them to complete the task much more easily. Saying we will catch them if they use AI is a pretty weak argument for them not to do so. And we need to then make students less likely to use AI for these tasks, activities and assessments in the way in which we set them up. So we need to give them both a compelling rationale for not using AI, and we need to ensure that we have a strategic design that encourages them not to do so. There are all manner of strategies that can be put in place for the items in bucket number 3. Here are just a few ideas. Firstly, we need more low-stakes assessment. The research is clear. If every assessment is high stakes, students are going to be much more tempted to outsource the work to artificial intelligence. We need assessments that they can experiment on, be creative with, give it a go. Assessments without major repercussions. Opportunities to retake an assessment using feedback. And even opportunities where they can discard their lowest mark in a series of tasks. There are all manner of activities that can be done in class that can also ensure that AI is not used. Laboratory and field practicals, getting students to do live coding and design and other activities, various in-class tasks and oral assessments, and giving students an opportunity to take on the role of teacher to demonstrate their expertise on an issue. Finally, we have bucket number 4. These are for those tasks that AI cannot help our students with. This is the easiest bucket to manage. The students have to do the work themselves because the AI can't do it. I'm only kidding. This bucket is empty. There are no longer any AI-proof tasks, and I think we're wasting our time if we try to design them. The reality of artificial intelligence in education is that there are no AI-proof tasks available to us. This has a number of implications and opportunities. We need to focus on the first three buckets when we decide where and when and how our students should or should not be using AI. And we need to adapt our teaching strategies to this end. Importantly, we have a responsibility to develop critical AI literacy in our students. This gives us the opportunity to reimagine our assessment approach, to teach artificial intelligence as a collaborative skill, and to prepare our students for an AI-integrated workplace. And now we need to put that all together, which is not a once-off activity, but rather an ongoing reflection about where, when, and how our students should use AI and how we are supporting them in that process. Of course, there's lots more to be said. There's the matter of ensuring that our students understand artificial intelligence's implications for wider society, its algorithmic biases, environmental costs, digital divide, science skepticism, employment losses. But those are discussions for another day. In the meantime, let's reflect carefully on what it is we want our students to achieve through our courses and where artificial intelligence can enable and where it can constrain that achievement.